Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Hello, my name is Mike, and today's show is brought to you by our Amazon page. Please remember to shop at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. It's quite simply the best way to support this show. If you need it, Amazon has it, and you can get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. Bookmark it, please.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store, and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
I was trying to place an aroma, and I thought, well, it doesn't smell like coffee. And I realized when Pony goes down to get coffee, it isn't just to get coffee.
Oh, no.
No, he grabbed a choke.
Smoke your cigarettes.
Gotta
Came in,
multitask.
looked like a Vixen video the way the smoke rolled in.
Choke till you get that throat cancer in your back. Or in
You
your
don't
neck.
get throat cancer in your back
I
by
don't remember the rest of
definition.
the story.
Back
Can you play
cancer.
that? Do you still have that?
No,
I
I don't.
hate that
I
effing
throw
thing.
everything away.
Oh, man.
I'm not going to play the entire Pony montage.
No, but just that one
We
smoke.
don't have time.
Puff, and if you smoke yourself to death.
Oh no!
Oh, he's doing it.
No, just a little bit.
It's
You know,
pony time.
Pony's probably worried because he's going to be taking a very long flight.
Yeah.
2 legs.
And it's not the 80s anymore. You can't smoke in
No,
the
it's not. It's not like, what was that, a Playboy Club?
Oh,
What was
yeah.
that show that ran for 4 episodes last season? It was fake Mad Men, but it took place in the Playboy
Yeah,
Club.
yeah,
And
yeah,
do you remember flying in planes that actually had the ashtrays built into the armrest?
I used to sit on the plane, and my mom would smoke next to me.
Wow.
Going to Bolivia.
Well, I'm guessing the different rules on those flights.
Yeah, she would smoke. She was actually respectable because she would smoke maybe one throughout the flight. But the guy,
Of course,
in front,
it was 2
the guy
feet
in the
long.
front, to the left, to the right, were all chimneys because my mom sat us all in the smoking aisle.
Sure.
Because she didn't care about us.
Wow. You know, I think
That's
that.
before she found the Virgen de Guadalupe
Oh, yes, of course, of course.
when she was reborn.
I think that the smoking era, I think I just missed. I never took a flight until I was like in 7th or 8th grade. So I think that I just missed it. But I remember the ashtrays. And I can't imagine. I hate cigarette smoke so bad. And I, would occasionally have a choke when I was drinking.
Yeah. I
But
think
like
everybody
now,
at that point.
oh, God, it's just horrible.
I can't imagine. I remember, and again, if you're a smoker out there, this is nothing against you.
No, it's everything against you.
No, we know it's.
But all
they're-
due respect, Bodie.
People are
Whatever.
addicted. But I remember when I smoked, like, for some reason, it was okay when you would make out with your girlfriend or you were at a party and you make out with someone and you
Right.
could taste the cigarette.
Yeah.
Like, I can't think of a more disgusting thing now to do.
Yeah, like lick an ashtray, why
Right?
don't you? It's just the
It
worst.
It didn't matter. It was a lot of Natty Light and like whatever Newports the girl was smoking. You're like, oh, this is kind of minty.
Well, it's
But I'm still,
it's a treat. It's a treat if the girl's smoking menthols.
I'm licking an ashtray.
I can remember, and you know what? My mom, who was so gracious enough to appear on the show yesterday,
Mom's a loving person.
and you know what? Really, we are all such showbiz people at the deepest part of our hearts. I got an email from her yesterday.
Oh, she wrote you.
And she said,
Did she say, "Where's my money"?
she said, Louie's going to be over at 2:15.
Yeah.
And no, she said,
That iPad broke.
I'm surprised that I didn't hear from you yesterday after the show. Parenthesis, how did I do? Because, she wants to know how she did on the radio.
She killed.
I thought she was great. She
Sharon,
was fantastic.
you killed.
But I can remember, I don't want to throw my mom under the bus because, this was the late 70s and it was legal then. She would pick me up. I would spend many weekends I'd spend at my grandparents. And on Sunday night, she'd pick me up with a Miller Lite in her hand and the window crack smoking a cigarette. And she'd have a beer on the way home. And
a road soda?
Yes.
Oh, God.
To-go cup.
My mom.
I mean, you're not that old.
No, but this is the 70s.
She was breaking the law.
I don't know if it was illegal then.
Drinking and driving?
Yeah, I think it was.
I'm pretty sure it was
No,
illegal.
I think back in the day it was frowned upon.
So she would pick up. Oh my God! You
Yeah.
know what it was, Rofo?
She was dreading it.
It was. Gotta go pick up little Robert.
Yeah, he's
Let
gonna
me
talk.
Get my beer and my cigarette.
He's gonna talk my
He's gonna
ass-
tell me about his entire day and what was on TV.
Talk
Get ahead
my
of the
ass
game.
off, yeah. No, there are so many. I mean, there are.
She had to ease the pain.
Do you remember? Did I ever tell you the story about, and it's funny because his nickname was Smoke, about a friend of the family got pulled over for a suspected drinking and driving?
No.
He got pulled over and the cop said, "Sir, have you been drinking?" This is like in the 50s. He says, "It's a possibility." And he said, "All right, well, I'm going to need you to walk this line." So he gets out and there's, the line on the side of the road. He takes 2 or 3 good, true steps, thinks he's nailing it, then turns his foot, falls, rolls down an embankment,
Oh, no.
lands at the foot of an embankment in a ditch, yells up to the cop, "How am I doing?"
I feel like in the 50s, they just say, hey, man, we'll give you a ride home.
Yeah, I
like
think
they
that-
don't arrest you then.
I think it did. They started to crack down in the 80s, right?
Right?
Yeah. But
Well, you
anyway.
know about that.
Yeah, I sure
Yeah,
do.
especially in the 90s.
Yeah, the 90s. You know what? They were not messing around. I don't know what the current climate is, but I can tell you a lot about what it was like in about 1994. So I know all about it. But that's not why I called you here. I went to Costco with the wife yesterday, and because we needed ground beef and milk, you know, the things you need to
All
raise
the
a child.
staples.
And there was, I wanted to tell this story. Anyone who's been going to Costco lately, they're starting to roll out the Christmas stuff, which they do in August, right? And they start phasing in. It starts out very subtle. There's like a big lit candy cane, and that's it. You know, you can buy the candy cane to put out. Then comes out the 6-foot-tall wooden soldier. Then they put in the heavy hitters, the wrapping paper and the Christmas tree lights and the big. Now they're selling a 12-foot Christmas tree, which I find disconcerting because they've got lights that change from colored lights to white lights, back and forth, without even telling you, and you think you're losing your mind.
I didn't know that was possible. Interesting.
It's crazy. It's what we should have in here, really.
Yes.
And look
so
into
you
that.
can have an all-white look, and you can have an all-color look.
Exactly.
Wow.
And it just switches. And I thought I was losing my mind. I said, didn't that tree used to look different? So one of the things they have in the toy section is like a 95-inch bear. Now, it's a stuffed teddy bear. Now, you know, like the bear that...
Andy.
Yeah,
like Andy, our bear.
Yeah, but that makes him look like a cub. I mean, this thing is huge, bigger than a human.
Cartoon size.
And I saw it as I was leaving Costco.
What was the retail? Did you see that?
I think it's $100. I mean, just cripplingly expensive for a stuffed animal. And someone had the bear, and it was in the sort of lobby of Costco, you know, where they can open up the big garage doors and they keep the carts there. It's sort of enclosed. But the bear was jammed into a shopping cart, and he looked like in such a way that he was maybe differently abled. He was, his legs were
PC
going the
term.
wrong way. And yeah, I got, you know, I've said a few unfortunate things this week. I'm trying to keep it easy. Play it cool. So his arm is going one way, his head is sort of off like this. So if he was talking, he'd be talking like Larry Flint the bear. And he's jammed in the cart. And I said, oh, this is too great. He looks horrible. I've got to get a picture.
Yeah.
So I pull out my smartphone and I snap a picture of you know, the handicapped bear. And some lady, pretty put together lady, comes up and says, "Are you taking a picture of my bear?" And I'm like, and when you're actually, I mean, and it wasn't just a quick portrait mode picture. I was logging
you
out
wanna
the
make
shot.
sure it was right.
Yeah, if you're
Yeah,
going to take
yeah,
a picture,
yeah,
make
yeah.
it count, right? So I said, I am, because he just looks so sad. And she says, well, my boy wanted to give it to his girlfriend for her sweet 16. And all I'm thinking is, oh, this is a doomed relationship.
Yeah, if your mom's buying
bear.
presents.
Yeah, $100 bear for him.
For your girlfriend.
So eventually there was a happy ending. I helped her jam it into her car. She had to put down her second row.
How do you meet these people?
I'm a friendly
when
guy.
I go and shop, I'm in and I'm out, blinders. I don't want to talk to anybody.
You know what?
If somebody wants to take a picture of it, go ahead, you creep. I don't know what you're going to do with that later.
I am outwardly friendly,
Yes.
maybe to a
Did
fault.
you follow her to her car with
No,
a big bear?
no, because you know she sort of struck up the conversation. The reason that the handicapped bear was in the lobby of
Can
Costco,
we say stroked out?
stroked out bear,
Thank you, I
Larry
appreciate
Flint
that.
bear.
Yes, thank you.
The reason Larry Flint bear was in the shopping cart area is she had to pull her SUV around. So
You watched the bear. Oh no, you
no,
saw she had pulled up. She had left him for dead.
Right,
I
right,
got you.
and that's what I assumed had happened.
Yeah.
So that's when I struck up conversation, and it was an awkward situation because she had accused me of photographing her bear, and I didn't pay for it. I don't have the
See,
right to take that picture.
I don't have this chip in me, but a lot of people do.
Uh-huh.
You are so overly nice, especially to women.
Yes.
That like I would swear that if I was just an outsider looking or listening to this show,
Right.
Because you know most guys that are cynical say if you help a woman, especially a pretty woman, you just want to bang her, right?
Right. It's not just that, though. It's craving approval.
Yeah, it's like you don't want to bang these women. You just want to help
Well,
them.
if they asked.
No, but I'm just saying.
I mean,
sex doesn't drive you towards the good deed.
It's being friendly, and maybe it is. You know, if it is.
But so for example, if my wife came home and if I was married and she's
Right.
like this is the nicest guy, help me put that big cartoon-sized teddy bear, and we both were like pushing and shoving it into the back of the minivan or whatever it was.
Right. I think it was an expedition.
An expedition. I'd say that guy was just totally trying to bang you. For some reason,
I
right?
I want you to switch to Sam's Club.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's not it.
Who's
You know
this
what?
guy?
Try to be helpful. And this is honest to God true. When I'm at the Costco, I try to go by the water aisle because invariably, I would say 4 times in 5, there's an old person that's having trouble getting a case of water. I try to help them out. And you know what? It's karma, man. You want to be nice to people. And
Yeah,
you know,
if you're
sometimes
nice,
you want to.
your mom
but
will,
you're very busy.
lend you money, and
that's
you'll
right.
be able to buy goods for work.
Yeah, thanks for the callback. But that's. Did you know that Costco has a pricing system? I didn't know this, and I live at Costco.
What type of pricing system?
You can determine the sort of excitement of the deal by the last 2 digits of the price.
Oh, I did not know that. I
For
know that
example,
they have a layout scheme of what deals they put at the front.
Yes,
and what deals
and
they put at the end.
the racetrack.
Yeah, the racetrack.
And that's why your paper towels, your toilet paper, and your sodas are as far away from the door as they can be.
They have them hidden in the back of the store.
Yeah, and you know what else? You don't think they're going to put those rotisserie chickens up at the front of the
Yeah,
store. You got to
you're right.
walk to get the great.
Absolutely.
Yesterday, have you ever heard the really loud walkie-talkies at Costco?
No, I shop on Amazon.com exclusively.
Yeah, well, you know what? It was funny. Amazon, every time I order milk from Amazon, it arrives like yogurt. So I'm waiting at the front of the store, and I hear, yes, we're going to need a rotisserie chicken brought up to the front of the store, please. And, I'm still waiting in line. And for a couple minutes, says, anyone on the floor can bring me a chicken? I say, we really need a chicken brought up to the front of the store. Rotisserie. And Carrie finally looked at me and said, God, that guy's hungry.
Yeah. Also, by the 3rd call, you just say, hey, man, I don't want the chicken.
Yeah.
Like, it's enough of you asking people to bring this chicken up here.
How about this walkie-talkie? Why don't you go get the chicken?
Yes.
All right. If you look at the price tag at Costco, no real need to put any urgency on a product that ends in the price 99 cents, like $14.99.
Oh.
Because these are full price.
Oh.
So if you see something like, say, a Swiffer Jet,
Yes.
and it's a $15.99,
Yes.
that's no great deal. If you're already there to buy it, it's fine, but there's no urgency there. Items that end in 97 cents, for example, and I think I have a photograph here to support this. Yes, like this Sabella. Oh, it's almost your name. Sabella California King Bed, $499.97.
Oh, 97.
So if it ends in 97,
is that on sale?
these are deals decided by your store manager, and they won't be around for long and can offer amazing discounts. So the 97 is
7.
good. You look for the 7.
7.
Prices ending in 49 or 79 are a manufacturer's special offer, not determined by the store manager. These prices usually apply to products which are having a trial run and are usually priced cheaper than their retail price.
What's that price point again?
The price point, 49 or 79 cents. So if you
So
see
they're
that,
test runs.
it's like a test run. Pretty cool.
But they're
right?
still full price.
No, it's oftentimes cheaper than their retail price because it's a test
wanna
run.
move
They
them.
want to move
Okay.
the product.
Interesting.
Watch out, Oscar. You better
Yes.
watch out for
Oh.
products that end in 00 because the manager wants these items off the shelf for good. That means they're priced down and nearly out of stock.
After this segment, 00 is what we're going to get from Amazon.
No, not at all. I'm just talking about, the things that you can't get on Amazon, like your perishables. You see, I'm just trying to help.
Hey, man. I'm with you.
Yeah, I'm sure you are.
Amazon makes a great rotisserie.
It does. It does.
Honey glazed.
And if you see an asterisk, that means the item has been discontinued, and it'll probably get very cheap because they want to move it off the shelf. So you know what? Not really trying to build up Costco. I'm not a big fan.
People
actually.
go there. I like busting your balls about it. People go there all the time.
But what I love is the science behind it, and now you feel like you're in a secret
so
club.
if you see 97, it's on sale.
Exactly.
If you see 00,
It's discontinued.
it's discontinued.
And if you see a woman with a bear, she wants to bang you.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business. From the entertainment capital of the world.
And along with making us legit comes cash. Tons of it. I mean, what do you think we're doing out here in the middle of the desert? It's all this money. This is the end result of all the bright lights and the comp trips, of all the champagne and free hotel suites, and all the broads and all the booze. It's all been arranged just for us to get your money. That's the truth about Las Vegas. We're the only winners. The players don't stand a chance. And their cash flows from the tables to our boxes, through the cage, and into the most sacred room in the casino. The place where they add up all the money, the holy of holies, the count room. Now, this place was off limits. Even I couldn't get inside, but it was my job to keep it filled with cash, that's for sure.
They had so much f***ing money in there, you could build a house out of stacks of $100 bills. And the best part was that upstairs, the board of directors didn't know what the f*** was going on. I mean, to them, everything looked on the up and up, right? Wrong. The guys inside the counting room were all slipped in there to skim the joint dry. They'd do short counts, they'd lose fill slips, they'd even take cash right out of the drop boxes. And it was up to this guy right here, standing in front of about $2 million, to skim the cash off the top without anybody getting wise, the IRS or anybody. Now notice how in the count room nobody ever seems to see anything. Somehow somebody's always looking the other way. Now look at these guys, they look busy, right? They're counting money. Who wants to bother them? I mean, God forbid they should make a mistake and forget to steal. Meanwhile, you're in and you're out. Past the jag-off guard who gets an extra C-note a week just to watch the door. I mean, it's routine. Business as usual. In, out, hello, goodbye, and that's all there is to it. Just another fat walking out of the casino with a suitcase.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, here's Rob.
Yes, we're getting ready not to go to Vegas, but to Reno.
Reno, Nevada.
We'll be in a casino. Live from the Pfeifferplex Studios, this is the Mike O'Mara Show, broadcasting all over the planet. We are powered by Encore Insurance Services with over 26 million downloads. We're at MikeO'MaraShow.com and heard on the mighty KCJJ. In the heart of the heartland, go Hawks. Oscar, I'm going to give you his measurements, and you're going to tell me the name of the player.
Please.
He is a 6 foot, 185 pound defensive back from Silver Spring, number 19. He is freshman.
Woo! Tall drink of water, gets laid a lot.
That's right, Miles Taylor.
Miles Taylor.
Go Hawks all the time, by the way.
Allegedly.
Yeah, he does.
Laying the pipe.
The Mike O'Mara Show is no complaints yet. Is a daily radio show and podcast with the greatest listeners in the world. Why? Because they get it. Today is Tuesday, November 11th, 2014.
We are smack jab in the middle of Movember. Movember, what is that you say? It's time to grow a mustache this month to show support for men's health issues. But even if you grow a mustache, you still have to shave your face. That's why you need Harry's, the official razor partner for the Movember Foundation. Harry's was started to create a better shaving experience for all men. Harry's ships directly to your door from their factory in Germany, and it's nearly a century of shaving experience going into every blade. That means a superior shave every time. They cut out the middleman. They can offer an amazing shave at a fraction of the price of drugstore brands. You'll love it. So many of you have already told me you love it. This is the starter set. For $15, you get the razor, 3 blades, your choice of Harry's shave cream, or the new foaming shave gel. And as always, free shipping and your satisfaction is guaranteed. Go to harrys.com now, and Harry's will give you $5 off your first order. Just type in our code TMOS, that's HARRYS.com, and enter coupon code TMOS at checkout for this limited time offer, and change the way you shave forever.
Thank you, Harry's. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Mike. You know, I almost didn't want to do the show today because not only is Mike not here, Mac's not here. And I said, why bother?
Mac.
He's at the dentist.
Did you get the group email?
He writes like he is an auto machine that generates emails for a sales service.
I love the communication.
I don't. Every time I see something from him, it creeps me out.
The email from our intern Mac to the group was a reminder that he was going to be out.
And you know what? To be fair, I requested it.
Yes.
He said, Tuesday is going to be a dentist day, and I was wondering if could I not come in? I said, sure.
Yeah.
You can just send me remind us because otherwise we all of the spine crippling chores we pile on you, we're going to forget. So he sent us an email.
Yeah, and again, you get it, and you're like, oh man, something must be happening that's important. I didn't realize you had requested it.
Right.
And I look in, and it's as if a serial killer that Dexter was looking for was writing you the email.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you're like, okay, is this the ice truck killer or intern Mac?
It looks like it looks like an email that was generated by an app that's designed to make emails in the future. Like if you wanted to creep someone out, like after you died.
Reply.
Yeah, and it's
will be out tomorrow.
Well, I believe it was actually per your request. I wanted to remind you that I will not be, and then also the other great one was, as you requested, my flight information. Because Oscar and I were talking yesterday about the flight arrangements to Reno, which is coming up. Reno is, of course, the CAT 2014 CAT.
I'm a little nervous.
Why?
I'm a little. This always happens.
But coming up Saturday, of course, November 15th.
It's this Saturday.
Tickets still available at 1-800-648-5010.
I'm not nervous about the show. The stage show is going to be fun.
Oh, that's going to be a blast.
We've done it enough to know,
Yeah.
and we've planned enough as we have in the past to know the different where the show's going to turn, where the visual aids, everything's going to work out.
All the aspects are going to be in place, right?
What I'm nervous about is that we're going to land in Reno.
Yes.
And this is why I have 3 serial killer lists of things that we need to bring.
Yes. Do you keep them to get to the
on
list?
my fridge, one's on the door to my condo when I leave.
And the third one you have to undo an air conditioning grate.
One's on my app, right?
Right.
They're all going to fail me.
Right.
Because I know we're going to land in Reno, and we're not going to know probably till, and this is going to be inconsequential to the guests coming, because they're not going to know. But I'm going to know.
Yes.
That something is missing.
Right. And that's sometimes the hardest thing is to roll with full armed with the knowledge that something's wrong.
Because you're traveling. It's a traveling road show.
It is, and that's what I was telling Carrie last night, is that the hardest part about this is not the fact that it's a show, but it's an away game.
Yeah.
And it's not that...
Just like the Dallas Cowboys.
If you forget... If I forgot my iPad, God forbid.
Oh, man.
I mean, it's not like I can zip up the road to my house and grab it.
And
it's
if you
4,000 miles away.
You have to overnight it if you're lucky.
Right. Well, I would have to realize that the day before.
The day before.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is absolutely crucial. And there is so much stuff going on.
This is another wrinkle.
Yeah.
So as you coordinate this, and because, look, we're a small shop, and the listeners know this, that everybody does 10 million things on this show because that's just how we work. We're lean and mean, right?
Well,
everybody except for Rofo and Mac. But but again, we're all here, and we have to figure out who's going to take what's going to be their carry-ons. We each have one bag, and a lot of people have to bring something else for the show.
How much are you dreading the call from Mac that says, that stand-up, did we really need it? Because
no. I'm hoping you'll see him at the airport and you'll say, "Hey, everybody have it." We're both traveling on different planes.
All we got to do is look for the bear.
That's true. The bear.
The bear will
I
be
have
there.
to go get that tomorrow night.
Yeah, that'll be great.
So
don't forget to put a seatbelt on the bear.
So I don't know how he's going to get that on the plane.
You might have to check the bear.
Can you check a bear?
I don't know. Has that sentence ever been said before?
I assume you have to.
You can tie one of those info tags to the arm of the bear or something in case it gets lost.
Oh, the hole puncher?
Does he have a collar? Does the bear have a collar?
No.
Because
we'll have to puncture his ear.
Oh, that's so sad.
I'm not kidding. That bounty's still out there. $100. You get it away from him.
I think, you know what? He might just give you $100 to take it.
No, it's got to be legitimate, though. Like, you can't split it up with Mac.
I think that the tags, they will put a sticker on it.
Yes.
And then also we'll put a, Mac's return address thing will be like a bracelet on the bear.
I'll do that. Again, if you're catching up, just briefly, there's this cartoon-sized bear that I gave to Mike for his son
5
over
foot
the
tall.
holidays.
5 foot tall. Yeah.
And Mike left it here because he didn't want to deal with it because he's, Father of the Year.
Well, what it was, I feel of all the gifts that we've exchanged as long as we've known each other, it was an underappreciated gift.
He didn't have to fly home. He just throw it in the back seat.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Didn't want to walk out on the main streets of Georgetown with them on, with that big bear. He just didn't want to deal with embarrassment.
You get it?
Yes.
Embarrassment. But I do remember when Mike left the studio that day, the bear cried a tear.
Yeah. So it's sitting at my parents' house now, and it's got to do something. Now, Andy the bear is somewhat of a mascot of the show.
Right.
We're going to bring him to Reno, and Mac, our intern, is in charge of him. And by that, we mean, much like in the movie The Program, if you've ever seen that.
Of course.
It's going to be like his football. And if he can't let that thing go, he can't fumble it, he can't leave it anywhere. If you, the listener, get Andy because Mac decided to go get a plate of nuggets at the commissary, then you get $100.
So you know what it's like? It's like Tiki Bar Bear. Because you can't put the football down.
You can't. Now, this thing's the size of Mac. So the odds of you getting it are high.
Now, also, it's as fuzzy as Mac. If you have to make a guess as to which is which, go for the one without the orange sweatshirt.
If Mac decides to gamble, he will have to be gambling with Andy, which is going to be if he's in the zany zone with a bear. That'll be worth the trip.
You know what would be great is, a lot of people sit down at the tables and they play like 2 hands of blackjack at once. What if he sits down and puts the bear and plays a hand of blackjack with the bear?
Those are just a few of the wrinkles we're dealing with.
There's a lot of wrinkles. As a matter
right?
of fact, there's more wrinkles that we will discuss in a moment because a lot of the details are coming together. I know Oscar had to have a miserable day yesterday because we spoke on the phone like 4 times.
It's a high volume.
And you hate that.
I hate that.
He hates being here with me anyway. But when I call, it's like, daggers. So we will take a break, come back and talk about air travel, which is always a pleasure. But before we go, I'd like to tell you something, Oscar. Listen to me. You need life insurance, but you haven't bought it yet. For the sake of the commercial, you haven't bought it yet.
I haven't bought it yet.
Why?
But I have.
But no, for the sake of the commercial, why?
You know what? I don't know.
Yeah, well, no more excuses.
I'm a silly goose.
You are a silly goose. Today is the day, and Encore will make it easy. Encore surveys the top companies in the insurance industry, and they compare the premiums for you. It's fast, it's easy, there's no obligation, no salesman, thank God, and it's free. To get your quote, you just call toll-free 1-866-347-5748 and get a free life insurance quote. They do the shopping for you. Or if you like the internet, go to smartterm.com/TMOS. That's smartterm.com/TMOS. That's where you'll find the license, the disclaimer, and the quality customer service. Encore Insurance Services, LLC. Big friends of the show, responsible for our trip to Reno.
Peace of mind is priceless. The Encore family is going to be in Reno. You should also know this. I just hired a little crew to put nothing crazy, some Christmas lights on my parents' house.
Right.
Because I don't want my mom getting on the ladder.
Sure.
Still getting a little older. My insurance policy with Encore, which I have for 30 years, right? Is cheaper than what it costs to put lights for the holidays on my parents' house.
Fantastic.
Get on it.
That's right, and it lasts well through the holidays.
Absolutely.
For the next 30 years. Check them out as a favor to us, but mostly for yourself. Please, folks, do it today.
We know Reno.
And we know that you're going to have the time of your life at CAT 2014.
Saturday, November 15th in the Mandalay Ballroom at Circus Circus in Reno.
It's an all-new Mike O'Mara show live.
A live show, up close and personal.
Plus an exclusive after party for all the ticket holders.
Come on out and laugh at us and then hang with us.
And if you were wondering about a whore package upgrade,
this time everyone who buys a ticket is automatically eligible for backstage access.
10 lucky folks will win a pair of backstage passes for a pre-show drink with us.
Buy a ticket and you're eligible.
Everybody's a whore at CAT 2014.
Get your tickets by dialing 1-800-648-5010.
That's 1-800-648-5010.
The Mike O'Mara Show live.
Made possible by Encore Insurance Services.
We'll see you there. We're going to run a spot with Mike right now. Do you need the time to put on more deodorant?
No.
Can I get you some cologne?
Hey.
You whipped out that Old Spice like it was nobody's business.
Reef.
Oh, you smell delicious, by the way. Yeah. Thank you.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. You know, Thanksgiving is literally just around the corner. I don't know why I said literally. I just like to say it. Anyway, I want to tell you a little something about Cameron Hughes wine. Cameron Hughes finds premium vineyards that have a little extra supply, and here's what they do. They buy the extra, then sell exceptional wines at great everyday prices. We're talking $100 bottles of wine for $15 to $20, and Cameron Hughes only buys from the best vineyards. So if it's on chwine.com, you already know it's a great bottle of wine. Oscar and Rob both enjoyed this Cameron Hughes wine, and you will too, and it is perfect for the holiday season. We brought it out for the baby's baptism. It was wonderful. Great as a gift for a party or just with friends. It will not disappoint. Here's an amazing holiday deal that we convinced Cameron to offer our listeners. 20% off any wine and free shipping on your order just by using the code TMOS. Visit chwine.com, click the microphone in the upper left, and enter TMOS. Free shipping on wine means big savings. That's chwine.com, click the mic, and enter TMOS for 20% off and free shipping. chwine.com. You'll love it like we do.
That's Mike live from the hospital zone.
Oh, yeah. There's this rumor mill going around that Mike will not be at CAT 2014.
That's an ugly false rumor.
Yeah. I said this on Facebook. I'm guaranteeing you he will be there.
Of course.
He will be there. and we're going to have a great show. He's just resting up for that
Exactly.
show.
Now, whether or not he's going to be vertical or horizontal, we don't know, but he will be there. And, of course, we wouldn't do this without him. We couldn't do it without him.
It's going to be a lot of fun. So those of you that are questioning your travel plans or figuring out if this is going to be it will not be postponed. The one thing, Mike, and we talked about this on Monday briefly.
Yes.
On Monday's show, that we don't miss shows, right?
We don't do
it. We don't do that, and we're certainly not going to miss a live show.
Right.
So get on your ponies. If you've got plans, keep them, and we will see you
stop
then.
it. That's disgusting.
No, just wanted to clear that up.
We appreciate it. And one last thing before we close the book on Reno today. When we were talking yesterday about the flight arrangements, and it's really by dumb luck, even though we're coming from different parts of the country, I believe it is me, it is Rob Ford, it is Michael McIntosh, the creepy intern, it is Pony Boy, it is Mike O'Mara, and it is Jimmy Cerrito. We will all be arriving together in Reno because we have the same connection in Denver.
Together.
And I feel really bad for that flight crew. I think that is going to be a crazy flight. You are the lone ranger on this.
Yeah, because I'm flying out of Reagan at 8:15 in the morning on Friday, right?
That's the 3-letter definition for Reagan Airport is KIT. Keep it tight airport.
Yes,
because it's easy for you and your city lifestyle.
I'm flying to Los Angeles. I have a 45-minute window to get to Reno. And then I get into Reno at 1:40.
45-minute layover?
Layover.
Is that enough time for you and Michael Corleone to get a drink?
I wish. I actually was like, well, maybe I can see Luca and Sophia for 2 seconds.
What if they met you just like outside of TSA?
Yeah,
you could wave to them.
Wave, hi.
Hi, Tio Oscar.
That probably wouldn't be worth it. But in the past, I'm sure the Latin Guild would have had me do that.
Sure.
No, I'm going straight to Reno, but I'll get there at 1:40, an hour after you guys.
But you're staying like 5 hours longer than us, too. So you actually have more time in Reno because you leave after us on Sunday.
I am taking the red eye back.
That's right. That's
right.
You'll be a fun guy on Monday.
Yeah.
I look forward to that show.
Can't wait.
Remember, we don't miss shows. Oh boy.
Good morning.
Now, have you ever been to Reno, Rob?
I haven't.
No, have you been to Vegas?
I haven't. The furthest west I've been is Wisconsin.
Wow. And is there any casino-style gambling in Wisconsin?
No, there's not.
You know what? I'm glad I got trip insurance for him. He might die in Reno.
Wisconsin?
Yeah.
That's the furthest west I've been.
What was in Wisconsin?
We had some family friends, and they lived out there on a lake, and we would go visit them when I was growing
and
up.
there'd be murders.
Yep.
Strange. Wow.
Wow.
All right, so you're excited for the trip.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
What
Yeah.
is the
It'd be a
one
great
thing,
time.
if you take all the show stuff
This
out of
man
it,
is going to lose money.
yeah, he's going to lose money, and he might, lose a little bit of health, lose a few years off the tail end of his life.
Where's Rofo? He went to some place called the Bunny Ranch.
That's right. He's good friends with a
Weird.
man named Dennis. My question for you, if we take obviously the big highlight of the weekend is going to be the show and the meet and greet. Outside of that, is there anything you're looking forward to?
Prostitutes.
Man, I would say that's disgusting.
But
at least he's being honest.
it's true. It's
Yeah.
true. Just a short cab ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much cash are you bringing?
I'll bring a couple hundred.
A couple hundred?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, it's not going to get you a lot at the Bunny Ranch.
Well,
You might get a drink.
well,
Are you really going to go?
to the Bunny Ranch?
Yeah.
No, I can't afford the Bunny Ranch. I would go to someone with a lower fare.
You would really go and see a woman of the night?
We'll see. I'll throw the option
Wow.
around.
You know what? If
I knew he was skeevy,
yeah,
but this is skeevy.
this is really
Right?
skeevy. I
You're
would
looking
say
for the budget buster, the .97 Costco.
Yeah, exactly.
hooker.
He wants the hooker that ends
That's
in
on
dot
special.
00.
Yeah, I'm looking for the 00.
Yeah.
Very
Wow.
imaginative.
Yeah, if you do go and find a hooker for $200, set aside $50 for your copay.
Will do.
Because you're going to need it for all the venereal
I
diseases you
can't
get.
wait till Mike finds out.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for a BOGO.
Yeah. So, Pony, what kind of whore are you going to get?
Oh, jeez. The kind that only costs $20 to touch it while they touch their toes.
That's pretty good, Pony. Nice beer fest throwback.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I don't plan on getting a prostitute.
No.
I don't know why all of a sudden I
This
feel
is-
like I need to
I don't
apologize
think-
for being the guy that's
I
not
don't-
getting a hooker.
I don't think you guys understand. Prostitution isn't. By the way, look at the guys we've surrounded us with.
I understand. You know
Ourselves
what?
with.
I really should have seen the way this show would go.
I'm completely thrown. I'm not gonna lie to you. One, that was a great beer fest reference.
Yeah,
by the way.
but also
two. This guy
He's
here,
serious.
he really wants to get a hooker.
Yeah.
It's not legal in Reno.
No, you have to go out of the you have to go out of the
Yes.
county. But it is legal if you go see Dennis.
Oh, I thought it was a Nevada thing.
No. It's a county thing.
Oh.
It's a county thing. You got to go
If
out
you
of the
get
city.
arrested while we're in Reno, we will not bail you out.
Yeah, you have to go.
If you tell the cops, I thought it was a Nevada thing.
And by the way, I think that's the T-shirt he's going to be wearing at the show. I thought it was a Nevada thing.
I'll make a note of that.
We forget that he's so young and dumb.
He is
right?
young and full of high expectations. You will have to, I believe it is a county thing. You'll have to leave the county. Now, if you are serious, we have some positive points built up at the ranch.
Oh.
I'll phone ahead for you.
Okay.
And, I mean, all I can promise you is a square deal. But you can't, you know what? If he goes and he completes the deed at the ranch, that's perfectly legal.
Yes, but I don't know if he wants to do that.
Well, it's really sort of his decision, isn't it? We said, do you remember?
If we got you there, but this is the thing. Then, look, Dennis is a good guy, right?
Very nice
He will
fellow.
not be on stage with us in Reno.
No.
That's just something we've already done. We're not going to do that again. It's not because we have anything against Dennis. It's just not.
No,
we're not going to do it for the second time.
He's a
right?
good guy. We're all new show.
Yes, it's an all new show. What I'm trying to figure out here is if he goes,
right?
Does that mean like he's got to go on Saturday after our show because he was going to be working on Friday and Saturday? Like, what is his window of time for?
Well,
and then he flies out at 1:30 on. At 12:30, I'm sorry, I looked at your itinerary.
On Sunday, yeah.
On Sunday.
Yeah.
So you've got a limited window of time.
Absolutely.
I think his window.
I'm pretty quick, so.
It would, looking at his schedule, the window might be it might be a stained glass window because it might be a Sunday morning thing. He might be skipping church and heading over, to get on his knees
I can't
over
wait
there.
to hear about this. I would say, look, to each your own.
Yeah,
but
please don't get arrested though.
just don't get
It will.
arrested.
Will do. Thank you, sir.
What about meeting a girl that may be into what you're doing?
Yeah.
There's going to be women there.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the listeners
I mean,
excited, liquored up.
That's like fishing with dynamite. You're
Absolutely.
there.
Yeah.
Don't use the word fish.
But you know what I mean. Like you're there. You're part of the show.
It will be. How about this, Rob? It will be the biggest deal you've ever been in your life
Yes.
is when you're there because you're part of a show in a hotel casino. You're the biggest thing in town right there. So you might be able to save some money.
He also.
That's a good point.
He might have messed all that up by saying he's going to get a hooker for $200.
Oh, you know what? But maybe the people know it's shtick.
Well, I don't think it's shtick.
I'm just trying to help him out.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Sure,
It's shtick.
It's shtick.
Or you get a dirty birdie that's like, hey, save that money.
That's right.
I'll show you a good time.
Yeah, she'll show her the zany zone.
Well,
want to see my zany zone?
You want to see my zany zone? I don't think you're going to see any Beanie Babies down there.
That's just Razorbird. Don't worry about that.
Oh, no!
Nothing? No one's ever heard that before?
No, it's a little horrifying. But so you've not ruled anything out.
Exactly.
Exactly. And I think that's great.
I would say stick to the casino.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And you gamble. You're going to gamble regardless. You're already gambling with your dollars. Don't gamble with your life.
Gamble with his balls.
Well, this is shaping up to be a good weekend.
Yeah, it is. And he's not even seen the buffet.
Oh man, it's so strange because I root for Rofo, but then when he says things like that, I'm like, oh.
There is a peculiarity to him because look at him. He does. Right now I don't even want to look at him.
Yeah.
Because for a guy who, you're what, 6'4"?
6'4".
Yeah. He has an elfin way about him that looks like he should be baking cookies in a hollow log. And then he looks at me and he smiles and he has that enchanting laugh that he just did. But then he says, "I'm gonna get me a cheap hooker," and it's not.
It's like that evil Pennywise clown.
It would have been different, Rob, if you said, "I seek an escort."
Yes.
Yeah, but you were looking for a cheap
Did you
hooker.
really do? Look, and we're like, again, we're hoping that this is a bit, which I don't think it is.
All the great comedy is based in truth.
The true pervert would do some research.
Absolutely.
Have you done some research?
I haven't.
Okay, good.
Do you believe a second of that?
Honest.
I'm taking references.
I think his whole life has been researching for this. As he DVRs the Bunny Ranch show on HBO. That's all research.
Like he's window shopping.
Sure,
right?
yeah.
Isabella Soprano, 10 out of 10.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. He has
How
done
do you
research.
know this?
Yeah.
That was a throwback.
Oh, okay.
A while ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I'm
Yeah,
not up on my seasons of the Bunny Ranch.
Yeah, I think he's probably going to be
Well,
celebrating.
she's done other work in your, field of interest.
Oh, well, come on. That's Fantasyland. You actually want to make it a reality.
Well, it's Veterans Day. Maybe he should pursue Air Force Amy.
I'm out. You perverts.
And that's all I got.
Happy Veterans Day.
That's all I get because
that's
I
what we
get
acknowledge it here on the Michael Mara Show.
I get emails from the Bunny Ranch all the time from their press people, so I'm familiar with Miss Air Force Amy. That's all I've got.
Who isn't?
Yeah, well, she's a good, honest worker and a great earner. But
all right.
But yeah, so it's going to be Sunday morning for you.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you miss your flight, we hold it for you, or do we assume you've found a woman and you're getting married?
Nothing will be held.
One thing might be held. I can think of only one thing. I really
can't
didn't
shake your hand all weekend now.
No. Fist bumps.
Yeah. Or wave.
Elbow bumps.
Yes.
Awkward wave.
You know what? Maybe just sort of a nod. I know where he was, yeah. And remember, Oscar, I thought it was a Nevada thing. You keep your Nevada thing to yourself. I really didn't expect that segment to go like that.
Yeah, I crept out.
Yeah. Who would think that Pony would be the most savory of the two of them?
Jeez.
Never thought that. All right, stick around, folks. When we come back, we'll try to skeeve you out a little more. It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Here's another gentleman who charges by the hour.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Here's your equation. Holidays plus post office equals insanity. Nobody wants to go to the post office during the holidays. Too much traffic, not enough parking. It'll be packed with everyone mailing holiday gifts and packages. Luckily, we never have to go to the post office thanks to Stamps.com. With Stamps.com, everything that you would do at the post office, you can do right from your desk. You can buy and print official U.S. postage using your own computer and your own printer, and then the mailman picks it up. Boom, it's that easy. It's convenient. You'll love not going to the post office. We use Stamps.com all the time, and you should too. It makes fruitcake shipping a snap, Rob. Act now for a 30-day free no-risk trial and $110 bonus offer, including free digital scale and up to $55 in free postage. Just go to Stamps.com and click the microphone and use the code TMOS. Don't wait. Go to Stamps.com, and before you do anything else, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage and type TMOS. Stamps.com and TMOS, we thank you.
You know, it's funny he would bring up fruitcake, and it's funny you were giving me grief about Amazon at the front of the show. I spent over $200 on Amazon this weekend on fruitcake fruit.
Good
So
man.
the fruitcakes will be coming along, and stay
Can't
tuned
wait.
for the Mike O'Mara Show's 12 Days of Fruitcake, which is becoming one of our favorite year-long traditions.
Can't believe it's almost
almost that
Christmas
time.
again,
I
right?
know.
That is so wild.
When we get back from Reno, it'll essentially be Thanksgiving, and then it's all bets are off.
Before you get out of here, I know that you've been holding off on this. Yesterday on the program, we mentioned this. We had your mother on.
Right. Oh, yeah. I wanted to
yes.
talk about this.
We had Sharon on because we found out that Rob.
This is going to be exciting because this is going to be Oscar's version of what happened.
43-year-old Rob Spiewak,
Right.
a partner in Mike O'Mara Show Radio Entertainment,
Or junior partner.
has to ask his wife to make any expenses.
Right.
Now, it could be big or small.
Right.
The one thing I never thought our friend Rob Spiewak, as he's sitting in front of me, would have to do is ask or be scared to ask for a purchase that involved his craft.
Right.
Something he needed for work, which is here in the studio.
Right.
And quickly, he mentioned in passing about 3 weeks ago, he said, after the show, off air, he says, I can't believe, I'm not looking forward to telling Carrie that I need to buy another iPad.
I need to buy another iPad because I had an iPad that I bought probably 4 years ago, and it couldn't handle it anymore.
I laid into Rob. I said, what kind of man are you that you have to ask your wife about, and you're scared to ask your wife about buying something for work? This is how you make a living.
Right.
And he said, you're not married yet. Give me the old spiel. Like, things change when you get married. And I said, not for me.
It's
not
true,
for me.
though. It's true.
I won't have to ask.
That's
so,
right.
not 2 weeks go by.
For example, when Rob Ford gets married, he'll have to ask his wife if he can go to a hooker. I'm sorry to interrupt. Please proceed.
2 weeks later, I see a new iPad. I'm like, okay, he made the purchase, right? I didn't ask him how it went with his wife because I didn't want to go supernova on him because I could only imagine.
And it bothers you.
Yeah, and it bothers me just because of where I come from. And it probably has a lot to do with my Latin background, but that's just what it is. And yesterday we found out that he didn't talk to his wife about it. He ended up calling his mother.
Right.
His mother And he did some sort of shady deal where he sold his old subpar iPad to her husband,
right?
And then borrowed another $600 from his mother because he didn't want to tell his wife that he had to buy a new iPad to get the iPad.
Exactly.
Yes.
So I knew that this is not the best way to keep a secret, is to talk about it on a radio program.
Yeah, but it wasn't a secret.
It was, because it was an absolute end around. Carrie had no idea about it.
Yes, but I guess my logic was, and then maybe this is a good question, because this morning when I walked in, what I wanted to do was call Carrie and tell her on the air. Right?
I was one step ahead of you.
You were. So
but I wasn't trying to diffuse your power.
No. You were trying to, I guess, mitigate the damage that was going to come.
Because you know what? Like I said, that the cat was out of the bag. When you have 45,000 downloads a day, something's going to get back to her on Facebook.
So my question to you is this.
Yes.
Before we get to how you approached Carrie about this.
Right.
How are you planning to pay back the $600?
Little at a time.
Okay, so how does that work? Because you get an allowance. I know that.
Well, no, I just, if I buy what I need.
Yes.
But
how are you going to squirrel away? Because you were supposed to pay by the new year the $600.
It was going to be a little here, a little there.
So you were just going to stack little dollars underneath, hide them in a shoebox?
No, I'd give it to her when I saw her.
Okay.
And also the thing is that the Christmas time, there's a lot of, you'll buy this for me, I'll buy this for you. There's a lot of shady stuff. And I thought it could probably get, lost under the mat.
You could
and again,
squirrel away that cash.
Yeah.
And again, it wasn't anything dark. It was a little white lie. I was just trying to protect Carrie from the thought.
How did you tell Carrie? Because she must have seen the new iPad.
She doesn't care about that.
Okay, so she didn't know about the transaction.
No, she didn't.
Why would you have to tell her then?
Ultimately, I probably wouldn't have told her.
Yeah, but why would you have to tell her after we talked about it on the show?
Because if she found out otherwise, and then, God forbid, I know it's happened in the past where she's actually listened to this show. It doesn't happen often. Then it's probably, well, why did you do it, and why didn't you tell me? So to sort of head it off at the pass.
Beat down.
Yeah, it is. It's tough being me.
So you get home.
Yeah.
And you know you have to tell her before she finds out from someone else.
Right.
Not here on the show, but from someone else.
Right. Although, although it would have been you.
Yeah.
It could have been you.
Because I walked in like, today we called Carrie.
Yeah, we're going to use the Skype.
So what happened?
I go up and I make small talk with her. How was your day? My day was good. How was the show? Busy. Good. You excited about Reno? Yeah. How's Mike? Getting better. He's going to be good. Yeah. I said, there is one thing that came up. And it's like, you can almost feel the air leaving the room. And I said, I walked her through the entire situation. I said, and we'll pay her back by the new year. And I just needed it for work. I'm sorry I didn't tell you. It was something I didn't think you needed to know. Thought it would be a hassle for you. And there was a beat of silence, and then 2, and then 3, and probably a full 10 seconds.
Yes.
Which in that situation might as well be an eternity. And I said, so I hope you're not mad. And she said, I'm glad she was able to help you out. Oh. And then there was a frosty coolness in the room, and it went away after about an hour, but it was not well received.
What am I missing that I don't the way I would have liked to have seen that interaction go is that she instead of, because I didn't expect this from you. You hadn't told me, right?
Right.
What her reaction was.
Right.
And look, I know we kid around, but Carrie, like, she is such a great mother and
the best. She's
got such a great sense of humor, and she's just a fun, like, as far as spouses go, like, if you're going to work with somebody and they have a fun spouse, you want them to be a woman like Carrie.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
But my outlook on that was I guess I had wished you would have said, hey, I told her this story, and she like kind of laughed and said, we could have that's for work. We could have just spent those dollars instead of being upset at you for taking a loan out from your mom.
She is, as you know, and this is another thing that pisses you off no end, she controls all the money and the bills in the house.
Yes.
And you know what? It's sometimes people who follow my exploits know we had a few expenses come up.
Yeah.
I had some car stuff I didn't talk about. Had to buy a refrigerator, which was expensive.
So that's for the entire family.
It is for the entire family, but it left us a little lean.
Yes.
It left us a little lean. And it was not a great time to do this purchase. However,
but
I know it's necessary.
For work.
It's for work.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. I've only been doing this for about 25 years, so I'm not sure Carrie realizes it's a job yet. And I'm not sure that it gets the priority that it might say if you and I were to prioritize what we do. I think she thinks we're in here messing around. She doesn't mind, getting paid, getting the money for it, but it's tough.
I feel for you. Like, I can't even make fun of this.
No, you can.
No, I can't.
You can.
Like, I like a part of me wants to take you aside and like go to a mirror and say, look, what's the difference between you and I? And the difference is
400 pounds.
Outside of the weight. I wasn't going to say that. It's that you have to you have to be assertive and say, this is what I need to work.
I understand.
But you sheepish, even the way you present it like, I hope you're not mad, Mom.
Yeah, well, you know what? There is.
What if you did this? What if you walked in?
Right.
You, Rob, right?
Right.
You walk in, you're like, F this. I'm going to take care of this right now.
Right.
You get in.
She'd say, why are you muttering?
You walk in, you say, Carrie, this is the deal. Funny bit on the show. I didn't want to bother you with this. I know we're a little lean. We had to get the fridge. I had to fix the car. But the iPad I've been dealing with for months now needed to go. I got a great deal. I bamboozled Sharon's husband. I sold him my iPad, but I still needed another $600. I borrowed it from her. I know it's a convoluted story. Didn't want to bother you with it, but I'll take care of it. Boom, bam, I'm out.
That might have worked, but it's not the way I did it. Let me ask you this. Let's say you came in and said, guess what I did today? I totaled my automobile. And I'd say, oh, that sucks. What if you hadn't turned left into that telephone pole? You said, oh, that's what I should have done.
Yeah.
Well, this advice would have been mighty helpful yesterday.
Did you drop maybe we're missing something here on the show. Are you careless with your iPads or your electronics?
No. That's the guy in the hospital.
Okay, so you're not irresponsible.
No, as a matter of fact, I mean, keep in mind that I got that iPad in 2010.
Yes.
And used it like one of Rob Ford's hookers.
Yes.
I really tough. I mean, I work it really hard. It was a 64 gig that was full with 63.
Yeah.
It was full. I mean,
you brought it back to life multiple times.
Yeah, and it was very frustrating. I just don't think it was up to the task.
It's not
anymore.
a matter of you being irresponsible.
No, it's the fact that it was. I think its time had passed.
Yes,
and
that happens.
It does.
Happens with cell phones.
Everything
happens with every type of
refrigerators.
We'll need
obviously,
a new board. We'll need something new all the time. Right?
Exactly.
So I guess again, my logic is, I know that Carrie respects us in a certain way, right?
In a way, I think she does.
She does.
Yeah.
Because by the way, if this went away, big problem.
Big problem. Yeah,
because big problem.
Huge problem.
Because hypothetically, you would. Let's be honest here. As far as this job is concerned, for all of us, this is how we pay our mortgages.
Yes.
Right.
Primary breadwinner.
Yes. So if you left and took a part-time job somewhere else, for the hours allotted and the love of what you do,
right,
it'd be tough to make even a fraction of, and we don't make that much, but a fraction, right?
But the thing is I wonder how her mind works. I think that to her, the entire year's income is somehow offset by the cost of an iPad. And I think it's just a wiring flaw.
There is a. Look,
I don't mean that she's flawed, by the way.
Yeah, cover that up.
Thank you.
You need a spender and a saver, right?
Right.
She's the saver. You are the spender. I take that. We've talked about this in the past, and that's cool. That dynamic makes sense because you need. But the saver also needs to see where good money is going.
Exactly.
In the right place.
Exactly.
It's not good money after bad.
Right.
Right? So, and you already on your own, like, look, you're wearing sweatshirts every day. It's not like he's not throwing designer shirts on.
Well,
do you have cargo shorts on today?
What do you think?
Thank you. I mean, the man doesn't do anything for himself except for Elvis and whatever songs he needs for the show.
Yeah, true.
Like, you don't take that much. Start taking more, man.
That's not the solution. Although I will say this, it sounded great for a second. It sounded pretty good, but that's not the solution.
You're beaten, man.
Yeah, but
no
you know
wonder
what?
you get tater tot casseroles every day.
It's what I had. What I had for dinner last night. It was delicious.
Sour cream?
No, as a matter of fact, no.
Cutting back.
Of course, keeping it tight. I don't know. I wanted to talk about the Church of Satan, and that's not an easy transition after talking about my wife. But I brought up keeping it tight. You have sleep apnea?
I'm on the brink of it, apparently. So
that's a bad place to be. The precipice of death.
So outside of this live show, I've been going to these spin classes. We talked about that.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten any sexier. I haven't gotten any better.
I don't know about
I don't
that.
even try to move my hips anymore as I'm on the bike.
The deodorant has really made a difference,
dangerous.
though. Yeah.
I actually have to go to the 12:45 class today.
Why?
Because all those celebrities are in town for the big concert.
Is it the Concert of Valor?
Yes.
Yeah, we're talking about in the news.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I guess they all took up the class because it usually doesn't get filled up the way it does.
So did you go there
I called
and you
I
were
said,
turned
is this
away?
a mistake? No. My 8 o'clock class, or my 8:30 class was full, right? I called and I said, hey, what's the wait list look like? Because you can get on a wait list.
Right.
And
is that WEIGHT?
And they said it's about 40 deep. And I said, what is going on here?
How many are in the class?
50 bikes, right?
Okay, so it's almost double booked.
Yeah. And I said, what's going on? The Concert for Valor is here, and everybody's coming from the concert.
Ah.
So hypothetically, I could have been doing spin with Marshall Mathers.
Ah,
like
otherwise
Slim
known
Shady,
as
right to the right of me.
M&M.
Losing those LBs.
Because now he's back to being skinny M&M.
Yes.
Which is good.
And a handful of other artists we'll talk about later. Springsteen, all these guys are in. But I guess all
Do you think any sexy dance moves from James Hetfield?
To be fair, I don't think it's them going to this class.
It's the crew.
It's the crew.
Of course,
the
roadies,
managers, whoever else is good.
Yeah.
They're just mucking up my day.
Yeah.
So I'm going 12:45.
How do you sign up for it?
Online.
Oh, so you say the night before you go in and you say, "Hi, I'm Oscar, and I'll be there."
Well, I just log in. I just hit my bike, right?
I'm with you. All right.
So I'm going today. So I'm like, okay, this all works. And my goal was to continue going at this breakneck pace up to Reno and then let it go.
Yeah.
Like, forget about it.
The Rob Spiewak plan. I'm actually. No, you laugh. That is, that's what I've done in the previous 3 live shows. I've worked like a bastard, and then I give up. Now I'm just doing half of the plan. I'm just doing the give up part. I'm not doing the skinny part leading up to it. I've just given up all along. But you're doing, essentially, you're going to reward yourself after the show.
I would like to, but I told that to my lovely girlfriend this morning.
Yes.
I said, it's curtains afterwards because this is just too much.
Right? Did she say, why are you using slang from the 40s?
No. And she said, look, Gary Stein.
Hi, it's curtains.
I've seen the way you sleep, and I know that you're in danger of getting sleep apnea because my general practitioner said I was getting my neck, the area was crowded.
Oh, your doctor told you that. Right, yeah.
So
You've got neck fat.
I watched the way you sleep, and look, this can happen for skinnier guys. It depends on how your genetic makeup is.
Exactly.
And she said, you have to lose another 10 pounds. I've already lost 10 pounds.
What is your neck size? I know approximately what
16 and a half.
16? Oh,
yes.
It's like Robert. That's nothing.
But that's what I said. I said, look, and she goes, well, just keep going. And I said, is this about sleep apnea, or do you want to see abs?
Right.
Because I only have one ab. I think one ab now, right? It's on my right side. Because I look at it, I'm like, why
are you left-abbed or right-abbed? Yeah.
One ab. Like, where's the other guy? Like, what am I doing wrong on this side, right?
Yeah.
But you have a stronger side, generally, as any athlete would tell you.
All I know is from buying sodas, and you can either buy a 6-pack or a single. And what you've got is a 20-ounce bottle of Coke. Yeah. Just one.
I've got one guy, and I said,
have you named him?
No, I just stare at him. I'm like,
it's called Abner.
You're all alone there. All alone. And I said, do you call me fat? Like, you're calling me fat, right?
You played it like a chick.
Yeah, and that's how I responded. And she's like, no, I'm not calling you fat. I was like, that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because you never thought about sleep apnea before, and now, like, I've got one ab, and you see promise. Like the promised land, the Yellow Brick Road's coming, right?
So
I don't know if I can go after Reno, though. Like, it's the holidays.
Well, you've been doing 2-a-days. I mean, you've been working out sometimes 2 times a day.
2 times a day.
And you're going to look beautiful in Reno, and you're going to fly back, and it's going to be the red eye, and you're going to be waiting at the airport.
Straight to Cinnabon.
And you know what's going to be? Well, no, I'm trying to think. Don't sometimes airports have Baskin Robbins?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you'll be doing the Jamocha almond thing. That's your thing, right?
Say bye to this ab.
That's right.
That one ab.
Hey, take a picture of it.
I would. Honestly, it's peculiar. Like, you just see it there, you're like, what the F? One side.
You won't do this because this is your thing, but could we take a picture of your ab and put it on
Absolutely,
the show?
you'll see
Okay, show picture today. It's
Thank you.
Oscar's ab.
Can't wait.
A man alone.
Sexy time.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I think you just cured him from wanting to go to the bunny ranch. It was enough to do that. Hey, speaking of Gary Stein, here's a word about the Tony Perkins Show, and we're back with news right after this.
It's Tony and Gary.
We're going to ask Dr. Phil a question. Gary spent a good part of the show today talking about the fact that he's a bit of a hypochondriac and worries that every time the slightest little thing happens to him,
I'm going to flatline.
Yeah, he's going to flatline. Dr. Phil, what kind of advice would you give to Gary about that?
Well, Gary, what you need to do is get behind the idea that Tony is the star of the show.
Okay, wait, I'm writing it down. I'm writing it down.
He is the one who's got the marquee value. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He is the one. You need to take a personal inventory and figure out what there is in your body, in your mind, that makes you think that you are worthy of being on the same program as him. This is a guy who has done weather with Ringo Starr, and you're some knob jockey for all anybody knows. They have no idea what the hell you do. And real world, you really got to go down and maybe get a flu shot or something, because you can't be calling in sick all the time.
The Tony Perkins Show.
I do believe it's the first time in the history of this show we've used the word knob jockey. I like it. Oscar, how are your reading skills?
They are great.
Nice.
Just did a new Tech 401 show last night. It will drop this afternoon.
Todd, come into the studio for that?
Tomo, straight from Skype. Doesn't live less than 4 miles away.
Oh, the technology is amazing.
Speaking of technology, this shouldn't stop you from downloading Springer, new from Tmos.
Ah, yes.
It's one small tap for man, one giant spring for mankind. Thank you very much. Now, you've heard me talking about this. Springer is an addictive game.
It is.
But what personally the greatest part of the Springer is that you get to play with your friends, right?
Uh-huh.
So if you're on Game Center or you're on Google Play, when you're playing other listeners and you pass their high score, you get to see their names as you're passing them.
Oh, on the board?
On the board, which is fun.
Well,
It's
I've never gotten
fun.
Obviously, never gotten to that level.
Yeah. So, if you're out there, make sure you get your Game Center or Google Play. Get your name on the board.
Oh,
there,
that's cool.
So we can all play together. You can find me at Oscar Santana, so we can play Springer together. My high score right now is 112,000 plus.
Yes.
111,000 change. I'm rounding up. So much fun. Again, available on iOS and for your Android devices. Download Springer today, but most importantly, I'd love to see some more reviews. All you have to do is hit 5 stars when you review it and write something nice about the game. And what people are writing now is great. It's all Tomo-based.
Good.
Which I love, because if somebody's not listening to the show and they don't know about it, they'll know about it because you're writing about it on iTunes and Google Play.
Be a part of the Cognoscenti.
Again, Springer from TMSoft. All you have to do is search Springer or TMSoft in your Google Play Store or iOS App Store, and you'll download it today. It's amazing.
I love it. It is amazing. My favorite part about Springer, a lot of people don't know this, he used to be mayor of Cincinnati. So there's that, and that's nice. Now it is time for news. Technically, this is hard, Oscar Razzi is what this is.
It is. Did you guys know that today is probably, unless you're really into music, and that you have the day off, probably the wrong day to go into downtown D.C.
Yeah, it's another day that I relished my commute.
The Concert for Valor is expected to draw 800,000 people to the mall in D.C.
I don't know what Tom Kieran's going to talk about after the concert's over, because he's been talking about it for 2 weeks.
The 3-hour free HBO-sponsored concert takes place at 7 to 10 p.m. Tuesday.
Right.
And the crowds are going to be there because we have a lineup of Who Rofo.
We're looking at Bruce Springsteen,
Who?
Carrie Underwood, Metallica, Rihanna, also Black Keys, Dave Grohl, Eminem, Jennifer Hudson, Jessie J, and the Zac Brown Band.
All for free.
Wow. And it's just free, not for free.
For free.
No, for free is never right.
No, for free?
No, free.
Why?
You just don't say
Por
for
qué?
free. Porque pig. You always say it's just free.
It's
for
just
free is
free.
Yeah, grammatically incorrect to say
For free.
Yeah, it's just not appropriate.
Are you being a grammar dick? Or
no, it's
like,
just that's something that bothers me.
Yeah,
I think he
it
is.
bothers you, but it's you
It's
can write
not
it,
appropriate.
right?
No, it's not right. Look it up, Rob.
All right.
Yeah.
For free.
I
I've
was
heard
always
for free my entire life.
Yeah, you've also heard ain't, and technically that's wrong too.
Oh my God.
But if you think about it, you really don't ever need to say free. I got these tickets for free. I got these tickets free.
That sounds awkward, though.
No, it doesn't.
I
Sounds
got
the
these
same.
tickets free.
Now
That's
you're
like
now you're
announcing.
like a disc jockey.
Yeah, but but I wouldn't do that in casual conversation.
Well, I think that.
Hey, Rob, I got these tickets free.
I think
there's a missing There's a missing word there.
I think for free is wrong.
Maybe you're wrong.
I hope I am. How about that?
Please, write in. Again, HBO, it's a patriotic concert.
Will it be on HBO?
It will be on HBO.
Not for free.
If not for free. Thank you.
He picks his spots, doesn't he?
The Metro will not be running any Blue Line trains on Tuesday. So if you're listening to this now,
well, that's only the biggest line that the Metro has, so that should make it easy.
FYI, but again, celebrating Veterans Day. I think it's awesome they're doing this. I hope.
Is it on the grounds of the Lincoln Memorial? Is that where they usually do those?
Yes,
things?
it's on the mall, right on the grounds of Lincoln Memorial. Also, you should know that if you're going down there, remember why you're there.
That's right.
Not just the free concert.
Exactly.
Right. It's important to note.
And I made an offhanded reference to Veterans Day earlier, but don't think I'm trying to diminish the holiday. I come from a family of veterans, and every day that we crack this mic, the only reason we have the right to do it is because those before us who were brave enough to defend our way of life put their lives on the line, and I appreciate it every day.
So true. That's actually sad that it's cool that you came from a family of veterans, but you can't even stand up to your wife.
Oh, that's true. But she's a veteran. She's a veteran of marriage. And guess who wins? Yeah, I'm sort of the Benito Mussolini of the marriage.
Speaking of winning, the New York doctor, who everybody thought was a douche, is now free of Ebola and has been discharged from the hospital. I'm tired of these guys and ladies that have come back once they're cleared and healthy, getting a hero's welcome.
Oh, and especially Casey Hickok.
Yeah.
The one that looks like Carrot Top?
Yeah, well, she hasn't gotten cleared yet.
No, today is her day.
Today's her day?
Yeah, today is day 21.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I'm sorry. But I'm tired of them getting celebrated.
Well, they shouldn't be.
Right?
We should celebrate the fact that we're all safe. But this guy, what's he going to do? Get more chili and bowling and get another Uber?
I mean, the first caption I see here, it's a picture of him and de Blasio hugging each other. Like he just ran a marathon and saved some babies. No.
Yeah, no.
Right?
No. Yeah, it's what he's done is wrong. It's wrong.
Stop celebrating these people. What, he didn't save. He came back. He didn't find a cure for Ebola.
No, but he helped save people in Africa.
Allegedly.
Okay.
Right?
He was a
Do you know that
volunteer.
for sure?
I don't know for sure.
Thank
so
you. You're just
right.
making
Do you know it? Do you know it for free?
Yeah,
or
was
for
he
sure?
there for Ebola?
Or was he against Ebola?
Yeah.
Any answer?
Yeah, it is technically, according to GrammarMonster.com, it is technically grammatically incorrect, but they have the caveat. Here at Grammar Monster, we find this too harsh.
Well, I guess
But
I'm
you're right, but
I guess I'm the
technically
only
you're right.
monster. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Today I'll go free.
That's
That
right.
sounds so weird.
Enjoy your freedom.
Enter the modern lexicon.
So strange. All right, Robin Williams, we're getting a little more details on why he committed suicide. A lot of people thought he had relapsed.
Right.
He did not. They did not find any drugs or alcohol in his system.
In a way, and you know what? It's hard to say this about such a tragedy. That makes me feel good. It makes me feel better about it anyway.
His family is saying that the reason why he committed suicide and what had triggered his suicide is that he was suffering from dementia and hallucinations, which is part of it comes with suffering from Parkinson's.
Yeah, what I had heard is that the symptoms were starting to manifest themselves in such a way that he was more aware of it than anyone around him. And so that was one of the reasons why he was feeling so bad about it.
Is it Lewy body dementia? That's the name.
That I don't know.
That's the name.
Just
apparently,
don't say for free
of the common condition associated with Parkinson's. Tragic. There's again, as you just mentioned, it does. I'm happy that he wasn't using again.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. I mean, I think that's you know what? It's one last personal victory for him.
Now, speaking of Ebola, as we bring things full circle here, when will reporters stop going to West Africa and then expect to just walk away and not be quarantined?
It's you know what? We bang this drum all the time.
Right?
It has to do with ratings. They're going to be continued to send over there as long as they think that's going to be their ticket to ratings.
Laura Logan from CBS News, who has had her own trial and tribulations in the Middle East, who I respect. You watch her on 60 Minutes every week if you watch 60 Minutes, has been quarantined in South Africa following her report from Liberia, which is like ground zero, right?
Right.
Now, I don't understand why you keep sending people over there that aren't in hazmat suits.
Right.
And then when they leave, they'll be okay. Now, I saw a report for her, and she was in a suit, but not the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
You know what? They're trying to make good TV, and it's really when you need to figure out at what cost should we be doing this. And there is a cost. You know, you just look at it. Her life is not only in danger by doing that, but then everyone that she comes back to.
Especially if you're traveling internationally. I can see if you're a public health doctor or you're a professional and you're going over there. I get that. But this news, I mean, they could probably get somebody else to do that.
I would think so.
Right?
Yeah.
Outside of that, the holidays are coming up, and did you know the big fad this year is going to be 4K television?
Yeah, you know what? I've been reading about it, and they look pretty incredible.
Now,
we saw the world's biggest one at the
yes,
CES
we saw that at the
ago.
Consumer Electronics Show. We knew that was going to happen. If you're in the mood or in the market for a new TV, wait till after the holidays. You get the best deals.
Of
then,
course, yeah.
is what this report says. Also, as far as inches are concerned, 70 and 80-inch flat panel televisions are going to be the most popular.
That's like science fiction. Do you know that when we grew up, we had 19-inch televisions? Now, when you go to the guide on DirecTV, the little preview screen they give you in the corner of your is bigger than the TVs we had growing up.
When you were gainfully employed,
right?
And you bought, because I remember, I would think I was a listener, or we had just started Big O and Dukes.
Yeah,
and
I remember what you're about to talk about.
You bought that cartoon-sized TV that's in your basement.
73-inch.
Yes.
I still love it.
How much did that TV cost you when you were gainfully employed at that time?
That was.
And be honest.
I think it was when I bought it. I think it was between $25,000 and $3,000.
See, for those dollars,
I know
you can now buy an 80-inch television.
I know, but
that's
you know what?
Thin and sexy and doesn't take up half the square footage of your basement.
But the beauty of this is that after 2 or 3 buy and re-returns to Costco, I think I got it down to $90.
Really? Did you really re-return that?
I think twice. Yeah, I think I did it twice.
That big TV?
Yeah, but you see, it's light. It's a DLP. It weighs almost nothing.
Do you ever sit there and say it's time to upgrade? And
yes.
How do I not tell Carrie about this?
Yes, I do. But when I see what happens is you see those 4K images, and they are so bright. They're so vivid, and it's scary.
It's like looking out a window.
Yeah, but I do love my TV. I still love my TV. It's perfectly adequate, but I think it's got maybe 2 years left in it. And you like
saving now.
You like the 4K TVs, but Rob Ford's excited. He's going to get a 3K TV. It's called the KKK TV, and it's
because his heart's full of hate.
Yes, exactly.
The only man that would make a KKK joke when we're talking about televisions.
That's right.
That went from Rob Spiewak to Rob Ford and back to Rob Spiewak.
I'm wondering, what does he care more about, hatred or hookers?
Now, this man
pretty good day to come to work today, Rob.
Pretty good. 4K, by the way, I'm not sold on yet. I've seen the programming. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
but there's not enough of it out there.
Exactly.
No, and you know what? And that's always going to be the thing. Yeah. That was the thing with color televisions. That was the thing with HD TV.
Wait till after Black Friday to get your best deals. But again, if you're going for 70 or 80-incher, you heard Rob. Same price point. Vizio's putting out some great TVs as well.
Vizio makes a great one.
So
it's
really good.
That is your news for the day.
Thank you, Oscar. Appreciate it. When we come back, we'll do some Audio Vault action. So don't go anywhere.
Cake and cookies. Rob and Katie.
And it's not really a recipe, but I do shrimp, like a lemon wine sauce with a little bit of cracked red pepper. And then just to put that over pasta.
I guess the best thing I make, Carrie will back me up. I make an excellent chicken and dumplings. Yes.
Oh, I love chicken and dumplings. What's your favorite thing that Carrie makes?
Love.
You made her laugh.
For more information, visit us at morebroadcasting.com.
Hey now, everybody.
How you doing, folks?
It's your boy, the Big O. Want to remind you about Sleep Number.
Oh, it's only the best. It's changed Mike's life. Do you know that?
What's great about Sleep Number, and Mike raves about it, is that when you jump on, you feel that Sleep Number technology.
It is, and the beautiful thing about the Sleep Number technology is not only does it adjust to how you want your firmness of your mattress to be, it can actually track the way you sleep. You don't have to wear anything. You don't have to turn anything on. It just tells you how you're sleeping to optimize your sleeping.
Sleep IQ technology. It's so simple. There's nothing to wear, nothing to turn on. You just sleep.
That's all you got to do.
It uses sensors along with the dual air technology inside of the bed to optimize your sleep. It's the smartest bed in the world, the Sleep Number bed with Sleep IQ technology. Get it today. And when you walk into the store, and I actually did this with Mike because we were right in the hotel right next to a mall.
Right.
And the Sleep Number store was within, I would say, 200 yards. I walked in. I jumped on a bunch of beds. I said, hey, no, I like this, but if I purchase it, I want to tell everybody that the Mike O'Mara show sent me.
Right.
Right?
Uh-huh.
That's what you have to do. Say, Mike O'Mara sent me, and we will get credit when you buy a Sleep Number bed.
Most appreciated.
Again, that is Sleep Number. Check it out today.
All right, there's a deal at the bottom. You got to read that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Find one near you by calling 800-511-0061. Again, that's 800-511-0061. Don't forget to tell them that Mike O'Mara sent you.
Hold on. I think the one thing we really need to say is the Veterans Day sale. You can save $600 on the top-rated Sleep Number i8 bed. It's the lowest price ever. And find out why Sleep Number was named the best of 2014 by a leading consumer magazine. I truly look forward to recutting that spot.
What happened there?
Oh, I didn't have it.
He sent one, remember?
Oh, I got you.
Right,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
we'll figure it
Nice.
out. But wait, otherwise the audio is going to get stale. We have to open the audio vault, and we do appreciate it. This is not a great video for people that have just bought the iPhone 6 or the iPhone 6S is the big one.
6 Plus.
6 Plus.
You
Because
hurt my feelings when you get that wrong.
I know I don't do it to hurt your feelings.
On,
this is an Asian gentleman, and he's having trouble with Siri. And, you know, Siri, when it came out, it was like, wow, that's a mind blower. That's terrific. You would think Siri would be doing better than this now. All the man does is he wants to send an email.
Chris, are you done crying?
Oh, I'm sorry. All he wants to do is send an email.
Email me.
Which email address for work or home?
Work.
I don't know what you mean by work. Which email address for work or home?
Work.
Comma, I don't understand. Wall. Which email address for work or home?
Work.
Poor guy.
I don't know what you mean by work. Which
The
email
thing that
address
troubles
for
me-
work or home?
The thing that troubles me is Siri is asking work or home, and it can't get work out of it.
Well, clearly because the man has an accent.
I think Siri should do better than this.
I'm shocked you played this, Rofo.
Not at all.
No, I played it for Rofo.
But I like it.
No.
Work.
Sorry, I don't understand. Work. Which email address for work or home?
Work.
Comma, I don't understand.
Where do you find this?
Which email address for?
What you just talked over is it asked him that he didn't understand the F word. Siri said the F word instead of saying work. Actually, this was sent by a good friend of ours. Cappy Pfeiffer sent this one along.
Thank you, Cappy.
Yes.
I didn't know you had that side to you.
Work. Work.
I don't know what you mean by work. Which email address for work or home?
Work.
I don't know what you mean by while.
So I would think maybe the best thing to do is probably not use the hands-free at that point.
No.
But anyway, you know, still getting those.
I try Siri all the time. Never works for me.
Really?
No.
It's the thick accent.
Probably.
I don't know. While we're laughing, you know, there's nothing better than kids laughing, and this is a kid that thinks it's funny when his dad coughs. Kid loves allergy season. Now, we've all
sweet.
dealt with
Love
that
that.
kid will eventually grow up to be a problem, as all children do. Like the kid that decided it would be a good idea to microwave a glow stick. Now,
You know what? I can't hate on this kid. That's something that I probably would have done.
but this is a grand video, and what I love about it is you actually see the glow stick blow up on him. It looks like some sort of psychedelic porno, and his father gives him no sympathy. And all I can imagine is if he got the glow stick hot enough to explode, that stuff is hot.
Oh, yeah.
And it's all over his face. Here's the sound of a kid dealing with a microwave glow stick exploding on his face.
Jack, come here. I have no clue what to do with this. The movies in my eyes. I gotta see what to do, ding-a-ling.
Classic dad trying to deal with it. I gotta see what to do, you ding-a-ling.
Dad!
He must be on fire.
I don't know what to do.
That's chemicals.
Okay, Jack.
He's putting his face under a faucet.
I don't understand how it got on him if it was in the microwave and it exploded.
Because he took it out and gave it the shake.
And that's how it popped.
And then it blew up. We'll look at it after the show. You'll love it.
Wow.
Just sit there
That's
and
scary.
keep washing away with water. I'm sorry, Dad. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sure you're sorry now, Jack. You can always be sorry after. I'm blind.
I told you not to do it, you ding-a-ling.
That's a dick.
He is a dick, but you know what? The kid deserves it. That's your Magic Audio
Thank
Vault,
you.
everybody. We certainly appreciate it. Hey, this concludes our broadcast day, but dry your eyes. It's not goodbye. It's just so long. You can always write us a letter. Send it to the Mike O'Mara Show, P.O. Box 2796, Leesburg, VA 20177. Email your technical queries to ponyboy at MikeO'MaraShow.com. And remember, tomorrow is the mailbag. You can send me a letter, Rob at MikeO'MaraShow.com. Reno. Rob Ford, hookers. You can call the box office, buy tickets for Reno at 1-800-648-5010. We look forward to seeing you there. For Oscar Santana, Rob Ford, Matt Ponyboy Bloom, this is Rob Spiewak, for Mike O'Mara as well, saying see you next time, everybody.
Ciao, ciao.
So long.
Wait, don't go. I need to tell you that MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon is perfect for all your online shopping needs. Shop the best way. Shop Amazon. And please go through our website, always open at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.